Okay, today I'm gonna be completely different video than I've done before. I don't do these very often, and I probably should. Well, today I found out that one of my GFCI was not working, and there was power to it, but it didn't work. So, what is inside one of these? It's heavy, okay, and so uh, let's go ahead and see what's inside one of these GFCI. Just dump that in the garbage. Okay, so it's held by four screws. This one, and this one. So let's see if this is the right screwdriver. Nope, we need a different one. There we go. I'm going to reuse these screws because they are into plastic. They are special plastic screws. They are not wood screws, even though they can be used in wood. So I recycle these screws. I keep them in one of my dishes over here, magnetic dish that keeps these screws in one place. Alrighty. Okay, so these are the screws, and this thing snaps through one of these. So you lift this up with a flat screwdriver, so like that, and then the other side as well, and then it comes apart. So this is the cover. There's nothing to it. This part here has the reset and test. Okay, and out of this, I'm gonna save these screws right here with the little plastic washer. Which is nice about that is that uh, when you put it somewhere, you can leave this between, uh, and it will, uh, like here. That's why the screw doesn't come off. So that's kind of a nice. This is actually machine thread, so we'll reuse that. And then there isn't really much use for this. These screws here, if you try to take it out, okay, it will stop at one point and you cannot go any farther. Now, if you force it, uh, sometimes you ruin the screw over here, but it's gonna go garbage, okay? All right, so what's in here? So underneath this are electronics, and this is the spring for the reset, and this plastic piece here, this sticking up here, that's a LED, which lights up this thing here, let you know if there is power or not. All right, so now we're going to lift this part, and there is a sticker that holds this side. So I'm gonna take the sticker off, or just cut it like this. That'll do too. There we go. So when you lift this up, you're left with this bottom. Again, I don't think that's going to be useful for anything. And then, that's also plastic, no good for anything. And let me just pull this apart. Let's see, there we go. So I pulled it apart, and um, these in here are the outlet, and that's for the middle point, which is on that side. The side, I'm sorry. And again, this is not going to be used for anything, so I also tossed that into the garbage. But can you believe that there is all this stuff inside the GFCI, and there is a circuit board, and it has chips in it and transistors and stuff, which measures about 100 times a second, I think, uh, if there is a fault or not. And this here was grounding the other side, so made sure that there's a resistor inside this. And um, again, I'm not going to do anything with it or with that LED. The screws are useless. This capacitor, though, on the other hand, it's a nice capacitor. So let me go ahead and straighten this up a little bit. Grab myself these cutters and cut this leg off, and then this one. So this capacitor here is useful, okay? And this is just a little thing that isolates it from some electronics. So this is going to be recycled, that I'm going to reuse. And then this here is a small cylinder that is basically pushes the thing forward, and that's what makes it disconnect the power. And let me see if there is a easy way to take it apart, but I don't see this. Um, this is not going to be easy to take it apart. I would have to actually go and heat this up and then take all the solder out, and then these parts would come apart. I've done this before. This is a little tiny cylinder. It's just a shielding, which can be taken off. And oh, there's a magnet here. That was not on the other one. So this magnet here attracts this other metal piece in here, and the magnet makes it easier for this to trip uh, the GFCI. So the magnet is definitely usable. So I'm going to put it up here on top of my camera, the holder on my camera. So can you believe that there's this much stuff, this much circuitry inside the GFCI? I mean, that is amazing. Most people would think that this is all much less complicated, but it is actually fairly complex because it constantly measures between the two grounds as well. I mean, the earth and the ground, and the hot, and 120 volts, positive alternate current, of course. And so it measures, I think it's 100 or 120 times per second, and that's how they trip so quickly when you cause some kind of a problem that it sees that as that you've been electrocuted. Uh, so it's pretty smart. So anyway, that's for the people who wants to have some fun and take these things apart, and maybe even reuse some of the chips. But they are usually so cheap that you don't really need them. You can buy them in a pristine condition, but they can be removed, of course, and capacitors and resistors as well. So, out of all that, I have only this much and a magnet to recover, and so it's not bad. This way I at least was able to show you what's inside one of these GFCIs. You have a great day.